Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Jerry. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the Apple Carplay. So basically from how to connect all the way to how to control everything, how to use all the features with the MG vehicle. This vehicle I'm sitting in is the MG HS, but it's going to be the same function and feature-wise, along with all the MG products currently available for New Zealand and the Australian market, and pretty much everything else around the world. And this is gonna be a definitely long video, so I'm gonna leave all the timestamps down below that you can click through on YouTube for you to go through different steps and all that things. By the way, if you're watching this, please consider subscribe to the channel and like the video. That would be really helpful for my video for my channel to grow. And if you're considering buying a vehicle in New Zealand, specifically MG, you can contact me, Jerry, at ebit.co.nz, or contact us at ebit Pukeoi or ebit MG in Ormston, East Auckland. Let's get into it. First step is obviously preparation. So you're going to have an iPhone, you're going to have a genuine cable, recommended. Some aftermarket cable will work, but it has to be very high quality. Second, you're going to go through your vehicle and make sure your Siri and search is enabled. So in this instance, go to your settings like I did and go to Siri and search. Just over here on the second line, if this is enabled, you're able to just plug in. That's all good. You can go to the next step. But if this is not enabled, you have to enable the second line at least. Press side button for Siri, just press that. And then this is going to ask you, do you want to enable Siri? Just press that. So what that means, Siri is enabled, then you can use Apple Carplay. You can select other things, whatever you like. Don't worry about that. Then that's all good. And now what I will do is plug into your USB cable on the left. So on the MG ZS or MG3, you're going to have one cable only, just plug it in. And on the other vehicles, you're going to use the left cable. So that cable symbol that allows you to connect your device. The other one is just for charging only. So it's not going to connect your iPhone to the Apple CarPlay. And now we are connected. The vehicle, the phone will ask us, do you want to allow MG to connect the Apple CarPlay while the phone is locked? You can choose lock now or allow, whatever you like. Allow just means as long as even if your phone is locked, your Apple CarPlay is still going to be able to display on the screen just over here. So once it's connected, normally it should pop up on the screen, but this is the first initial setup. You're going to press the Apple CarPlay screen to bring up the screen itself, basically. So this is how the screen looks like on the MG HS. This is the 10-inch display. If your vehicle has another screen or whatever, this may look different, by the way. Now once we're in here, it's quite simple display. So this is like your phone display, but in a different sort of format. Obviously on the top you're gonna have your time, you're gonna have your Wi-Fi connection, you're gonna have your signal, everything. My phone is not connected to signal, that's why it's showing gray button, gray colors, just different. Then you can have your home icon or sort of the home button icon. So what you can do is you can press this button to change whatever the home you look like. You can have quick directions for your navigation, everything. You can have your now playing for your music, or even Spotify, everything, whatever is available on your phone. You can have your maps, this is Google Map this time. You can have that. You can have quick direct buttons on the side. These are the buttons for your quick adjustments or your previous or your most pressed buttons on the right hand side. You may have Spotify, you may have Google Map, you may have other things. It just really depends on your preference or your usage. Basically, again, it means all things. And press this button, it goes back to home. So in this home, you can select left or right, and that allows you to see all the apps that supports Apple CarPlay. In this instance, these are the apps on this particular device that supports Apple CarPlay, including the Google Map, everything. And when your Apple CarPlay is connected, obviously you can use Siri when you drive the vehicle. So two ways to activate Siri. One way is press and hold this button, that allows Siri to activate, and another button is located on your steering. So you get a voice command button. This can only be activated when your phone is actually connected with a cable with Apple CarPlay. In other times, this button doesn't do anything, by the way. So what you want to do is press and hold this button and speak whatever you like. For example, in this instance, I can ask Siri what's the weather like. I can ask Siri to guide me to Pukeoi, guide me to Ormston, whatever. It's really up to you. what's the weather like?
It's currently partly cloudy and 15 degrees. Expect mostly clear skies.
There we go. So just like that, you are able to connect to Siri to basically to do whatever you like. You can ask Siri to send a message to Jerry, guide you to Volkswagen Pukui, MG Pukui, make a phone call to Jerry, play music on Spotify or iPhone Music. So that's how to basically use Siri command. That's really cool. And then if you do want to go back home, you can press the MG logo that goes back to home screen, or in this instance you can also use the home button over here that will go back to home. Then if you do want to go back to Apple CarPlay, one way is to press this button to go back to Apple CarPlay. There's another way. So as long as your screen is set up so, you can also use this direct button, the star button over here, to go into the Apple CarPlay screen. In case you have done the change for this button, this doesn't go back into Apple CarPlay, this is the way how to do it. Go to home button and go to your car settings and go to comfort and convenience, then to other. In the other function, you can get the steering button and the star button settings. In the settings, you can select home or car. But if you select smartphone, what that means is if you press this star button over here, that goes back to the Apple CarPlay screen, basically, as long as your smartphone is connected. So that's going to be handy for you to use if you have your maps to be on, then you can see where you are and all that things. So that's going to be handy, just like that. And next, I'll show you how to use your map navigation on the Apple CarPlay. This is the iPhone map, Apple map, whatever you want to call it, by the way. This is not the Google map. So click that thing. You can see the iPhone map that shows here. You can change your graphics on the top, on the left. That shows you where the directions is. You can do 3D, 2D, or 3D again. You can do that. You can have notification about your accidents, hazards, or anything like that around the area. You can change the design or change your sort of look of the map. You can do zoom in, zoom out, again, whether you like it. And then last one, you can select your search or destination. So destination allows you to see all your recent searches, all that things, all your favorites, everything. I haven't saved anything, so this doesn't really show anything. But you can do search. What you can do is either search by keyboard or search by voicemail. So you can do voicemail and just speak out the whatever street address, 257 King Street or 3 Bellingham Road in Flatbush. That will basically display over here. Otherwise you can type the address. For example, type 3, let's do Bellingham Road for our dealership address. Bellingham, just over there, you can see the result. Just press the result and then getting ready. So just give you a notification and press go. Then the vehicle will start giving you guidance. You can see we're only 60 meters.
Any accidents or hazards you see along the way.
All right, that's finished.
Head southwest on Bellingham Road, then the destination is on your left.
Just like that, I give you route guidance, everything like that. 60 minutes away. You can mute the notification if you don't like the voice guidance. You can share your ETA to someone else through either contact or email or anything like that. You can do search for another address in between. You can also end the route if you wish. Just press that button, the route will end. And you can quickly search other things, small places of interest, your gas stations, your parking, your restaurants, your coffee, whatever you like. These are direct, quick guidance. Cool. And that's how to use the Apple Map, by the way. After using the Apple Map, if you switch to the main screen, you will notice this map display changes to your iPhone map instead of a Google Map. So this will remember whichever you used before they change or before you close off the screen, basically. Now I'm going to show you how to use your Google Map. So click the Google Map screen. This is how the Google Map looks for now. You can change your settings. You can drag along left and right. You can recenter over here. And you can do recenter, and you can do up and down, left and right to check your surroundings. You can do zoom in, zoom out, or you can do finish, just like that. You can do settings on the top. That allows you to change all the settings about the Google Map, basically. First is route options. So route options, basically you can select avoid freeways, avoid this and that. In New Zealand, I don't think this is going to be necessary, so we can do that. We don't need to do that. map colors. You can change your automatic colors or day or night. Night will be dark mode, day will be bright mode. But again, this is really up to you. Automatic will shift between the auto lights. If your auto light is on, that means you're going to be night mode. If your auto light is off, you're going to be day mode, just like that. Otherwise, automatic. This is the easy way. Other things, satellite map. You can see your satellite map just like that. That's quite a cool feature. Or you can change back to non-satellite map. So you just get route guidance or roads, everything. You can see the traffic just around you. You can see green, red, and everything. Auckland traffic in particular is really bad, so that will be helpful. You can press this button to do map north. So the map is towards north, so it's not your direction anymore. You can do north up. So disconnect the north up. That means the vehicle will point to your this map will point to your direction basically. At any point, if these disappear after a few seconds, you can just press the button, press the screen, it will bring it back up. You can change your volume as well. Once you press the volume, you can use the volume just over there. You can see the volume change with the navigation. So the downlink changes the volume when the navigation speakers speak out, basically. So that's how to change the volume. Otherwise, we'll go back. We can do the search. So simply press the search. You get recent searches. So what that means is if you guys searched recently Volkswagen Pukeoi or MG Pukeoi or MG Ormston, you're gonna see that on the recent result. Otherwise, you can set your work or search the surroundings about your gas stations, about your grocery stores, and about everything. Again, when you do the typing the address, you can do two ways. One is the voice command. You press this button, see 3 Bellingham Road, Flatbush. So just like that, it's gone to us for the 3 Bellingham Road, Flatbush. What that means is you can start the route if you wish. Otherwise, go back to retype the address. And otherwise, you can do just like a standard. You will be able to use the what do you call it? The keypad to type your address. These things 3 and space Bellingham. So you can see the result will gradually pop up over here. If this is your result, simply type the button. If this is not, just ignore it basically and keep typing. And then there we go, it's 3 Bellingham Road. You can do more routes if you like. So what that means is you can go via the other way or via the top, fastest route. That's just like what this means. Otherwise you can start. So you can accept. You just have to accept this, unfortunately. And there we go. You can see the volume over here that comes up. You get your small guidance on the top, on the right bottom. Shows you 200 meters, 1 minute away. That's your arrival time, all that things. Quick guidance, you need to turn right from here. And then you can select other different address. You can add a stop if you wish, or you can press go. You can change your whatever, and you can press the volume to mute or not mute, and zoom in so you can go left and right. Otherwise, go back to your sort of map display. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works with the Apple CarPlay and with the Google Map, basically. Let's go back. And next one, we have the settings. You can set it up a few things while you're using the Apple CarPlay. First one is do not disturb while driving. So what that means is you can enable this. So when you drive the vehicle, they won't give you voice guidance or anything like that, phone calls or anything like that. You can enable that, but normally you will be okay to make phone calls, obviously. Appearances, basically that's your background and all that things. You can do automatic, so it's going to have a bright background, or always dark. So you can choose that whenever you like. Wallpaper, you can change your wallpapers from these following sort of designs, everything. So you can change whatever you like. For example, like the gray color, press set, you can set the gray color. Just only a few options you can choose. You can have suggestions on dashboard. Basically, when you go to the dashboard, the front one, they give you some suggestions based on your recent usage of the Siri or of the Apple CarPlay. This obviously differentiates yourself against someone else. You can have that. You can also show album art. So what that means, when you play a music, the art, sort of the graphic will show up, your album, whatever the album cover or anything like that. You can enable or disable that. But if you do have other more apps or whatever, you may have other more settings to be able to set it up if you wish. And that's pretty much all about what's happening on the screen. Last step, I want to show you how to set up these things or how to change a few things on your phone basically. So in your settings, let's go into your settings. You're gonna find the general. So in your general, you're able to find the CarPlay in this instance. So this device has only been connected to this vehicle, so I only find this one MG, but you're gonna need to find your own MG. Mostly the name will be MG something something, or just simply MG. That means this device is that. First, you are able to customize it. So customize means you can customize your icons and everything on the screen. So look at this, we're gonna have podcasts. For example, if I don't like podcast, this particular icon to show up on there, I'm gonna be able to delete the podcast. So just over there, podcast, I'm gonna simply click the remove icon and press remove. There we go. Podcast is no longer on the screen, even if I swipe left or right. So that's how to delete your apps on the screen. That doesn't mean your app is gone. You can still add it at the bottom. This app is still going to be available on your phone. Just saying. The top ones, the phone, the music, the standard icon from the iPhone, you won't be able to delete that. Only in the bottom ones, the additional icons or additional apps. By the way, other things, you can also line up these sort of icons. Let's say I want to line up the MG logo all the way to the top. I'm gonna just swipe up, pressing these by the press and hold, swipe them up. What that means is the MG icon will on the top left, the first one, instead of going through the bottom one. So that's how that works. I'm gonna shift it back to just behind the now playing. Whatever you see, just now playing is in front of the MG icon instead. So that's how to change these things, to reset everything. You can also do reset on the top, you can do line up, you can delete, whatever you like. Next, let's go back. We have the availability to disable the allow Apple CarPlay while it's locked. So again, that's the same thing. So if you do lock your vehicle, lock your car, lock your phone, then if you connect to the smartphone, your Apple CarPlay will still be able to display up. But if in case you don't enable this feature, that means when you lock your phone, when you plug it in, it will not activate Apple CarPlay until the phone's unlocked, just like that. Last one, you can forget this vehicle, by the way. So in case you have another vehicle, or you no longer drive this vehicle, you do not wish to use this phone on this vehicle anymore, you can click that, forget this vehicle, and make sure click forget at the bottom, and that allows us to disconnect this device basically. So yeah, that's all good. Alright, that's pretty much all about the Apple CarPlay, a full tutorial and review about how the features, everything works. And again, if you find this video helpful, please really consider subscribing to the channel and like the video down below. I'll upload more MG tutorials in the future, 100%. And if you're interested in purchasing one of these vehicles, you can consider contact us at Abbott MG in Ormston or Abbott MG in Pukekohe, or contact me directly. My name is Jerry at abbott.co.nz, and thanks for watching all the way, and see you next time.